Alright, so if you turn your ceiling fan on and nothing is happening, you might even listen and notice a little bit of a hum coming out of the fan, or you can give your blades a little bit of a spin and they'll keep going. Then this video is for you. I'm going to show you what might be going on with your ceiling fan coming up right now. Alright, so I've got the power to it right here. Go ahead and pull the string and nothing happens. See, if you hold a microphone on here, you can kind of hear a little bit of a faint hum coming out of there. Go ahead and give it a little bit of a spin, and it should keep going. See that? Alright, so let me cut the power here. Let's go ahead and get this top off of here, the light fixture, and we'll see what's going on. Oh yeah, I see it. Do you see it? Alright, so the start capacitor right here is going to be our problem. Let me go ahead and show you how to check that. That way you can make sure that yours is bad before you go ahead and spend money and order one. Now there's 5 wires on this capacitor. These 2 grays right here are actually tied together. And then these 3 right here give you your different capacitance values. So 3 of these go to the switch. We're going to go ahead and replace the switch. You don't have to. But we're going to do that anyway. So be careful of the wires coming from the fan, not to cut them too short. So we have this gray. We're going to go ahead and cut that one, and then this red one, that's coming from the fan. Make sure we have enough left over for our new capacitor, and then the other 3 are attached to the switch. So let's go ahead and pull the switch out. Well, at this point, to avoid yourself any confusion when you go to put it back together, is just get a picture of everything. It'll help a lot. Alright, so I'm just using like a SIM card ejector tool right here. Very simple to get these wires out. Just poke it in the hole right there and just do that. It comes right out. Let's get the rest of these out of here so we can get a new capacitor wired up. Now the reason I said that I was going to replace the switches, I've found that sometimes when you use this tool to release the spring on these, it actually weakens the spring and it doesn't hold the wire in there as good as it did when it was new. Alright, so real quick, let me test this old capacitor that we took out of there so you can see how it's done. You will need a multimeter that's got a good capacitance tester in it, so there is that. Now this capacitor that we just took out is actually out of a Hunter fan, and the one that we're going to put in there is out of a Harbor Breeze. So the fan itself is a Harbor Breeze, so this should match the colors pretty good. So what you'll need to do is the gray wires are your common ones. It doesn't matter which one you pick, just pick one. And we'll go ahead and test our gray to our red. Now you want to be careful not to touch the leads because it will color the value. As you can see, that is way off. That's supposed to be 4 microfarads and it's like less than 1, so that's way off. Alright, so let's test our brown one. Okay, so that's close to 5. That's what it's supposed to be. Very good. And the green one. About the same. Pretty close to 5. So those are okay. It's the red one that's bad. Alright, so here we have our new switch here. We have L123. Now the L does not stand for low. It means line voltage. And here's the wires on our new capacitor. 3 of the wires are pre-tinned from the factory, and 2 are not tinned. The ones that are pre-tinned are going to go to the switch. Okay, this is the Harbor Breeze wiring diagram. Our grays go to position 1, so just push that in there. Pull it back, make sure it's locked. Position 2 is brown. And position 3 is purple. If you have a Hunter, that's going to be green. Alright, so our red and our gray wires off of this capacitor here are going to go to the fan. Remember, I cut the red and gray off earlier. And last but not least, our last switch wire is our black wire coming from line voltage, going to the L terminal. Make sure and give it a little tug backwards, make sure it's holding good. And our last 2 capacitor wires, I'm just going to hook up with a wire nut, the red and the gray. And that's it. Now we're going to press everything back into its little cubby hole right here, and we'll be back for a little test. All right, got the wires stuffed back into the light fixture and got the power back on. Now, one little tip of advice right here is when you're doing that, make sure you don't have any wires crossing in front of the holes where the screws go in. That screw could tighten up into a wire and dig into it and cause a short. So just make sure of that. So let's see what we got here. There's high. Oh yeah, beautiful. Medium. Yep, it slowed down a little. And low. No humming. And there's off. Works great. All right, so I hope you can use this video to get your fan back on the road. Thanks for watching.